Oh, y'all see the Sears Tower? The Sears Tower. I think they still call it the Willis Tower, but it doesn't matter. Sears Tower, Willis Tower. And it's over here, but it's a Target. We're near Roosevelt Road. But see this building over here? I showed this building before on the show. That's the Willis Tower. There you go. Ooh, can't really see it. There it is. They had you went to the Target store when they built the Target store here on Roosevelt Road, here in downtown Chicago. They had a great view. Then they built like this building and blocked the view. And they built this building and blocked the view. It was a very cool, dramatic view, but that's what they do. They build, that's a cool building over here, y'all. They building over here. I think that's, oh, that's bad. Let me pull back. An apartment building. It's really nice. It's a nice, unique shape. Not just the box. I don't know if y'all can see it. Man, I got to come down here with this nice and say, I'm going to hit this car if I shouldn't be talking and try to do a public access show. Okay, so the point I was going to talk about, and maybe I'll get to it now, later, whatever, a little bit now, with the police looking at me, be careful, the police, I would love to live down here, between 22nd Street and Madison, because I'm a South Sider, so I never want to cross Madison and be technically a North Sider, but this is like a DMZ zone, I mean, demilitarized zone, so it don't really matter per se, but these apartments are really nice, and there's a lot of nice apartments and lofts they built downtown, like all cities. And I have to really or if you want to come down here, anybody, I'm talking about dreams and goals. You have to really, really want to do it. You have to really, really want to live here and really, really start a business or get a job that pays enough money to live down here. And you have to want to do it. Some people would rather live in a suburb, which is nothing wrong with that. Some people rather live in a city neighborhood. Nothing wrong with that. And and I've never lived in a high-rise apartment, and so I don't know if I'm ready to live in a high-rise apartment. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll rent and then try it for half a year. That'd be pretty cool if I could really do it. Rent an apartment for a year, then I move to another apartment, That'd be pretty cool. Different parts of downtown. That's an idea. I should write my goal. Oh, it's 4 seconds, 3. I'm looking at the clock. I can make this turn. Here we go. Where should we go? Harrison. I'm going to the post office. That's the old post office. It was in the Batman movie, The Dark Knight, if you remember. I think they shot when it was like a bank. You know, when Joker came in and robbed the bank. And they shot a Divergent movie over here, too. I wish I had the video. They had, it was all CG, but they had the Divergent stuff over here. That was years ago then. Okay, let me go to the post office. It's a real good shot. All right. It's a good shot, ain't it? There you go. Come out of the post office. Okay, I think I showed this before. That we're on the, I call it near West Side. UIC. University of Illinois at Chicago. Remember the flagship school is University of Illinois at Champaign. In Champaign. At Champaign, in Champaign. UIC. So if you don't want to pay for room and board at university, I can't see out that window. You want to pay room and board at the, let me come over here. Yeah, that was showing you a little bit of UIC, and if you don't want to pay for room and board at the flagship school and Champaign, then you commute to UIC. They do have dorms if you want to pay for dorms. But a lot of people commute because the school's downtown, which is cool. Then you have NIU, or SIU, Eastern, Western. There's a few other ones, but SIU Carbon. I think they have SIU Edwardsville too, which is a little bit smaller. It's a bunch of schools. If you want to go to college, you got to go to college. Now, like I was showing you the high rises earlier, apartments, or even some of these nice houses over here. You don't have to go to college to get a good job to live in a nice neighborhood like this. But you got to figure out something. See, college is not for everybody, but you have to figure out. It's really, the whole key is get a really good K through 12 education. You get an excellent K through 12 education. Whether you go to trade school or whatever school, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely okay. Okay. Man, I was driving by, I saw this field. Hope they let me run on it and stuff. I don't know if this field is for softball, baseball, but it's not. It's like a sponge, really like a sponge. It looks pretty cool, and it's like a soccer thing too. Must be nice, really nice. Man, it's like a sponge astroturf, or what do they call it? Field turf. I don't know what it is, but it's spongy. Yeah, Chicago's great. It's 72 neighborhoods, and I don't know them all. I probably can name about 10 maybe. I've seen them all, but you know, they do Jeffrey Baird on PBS. If you look him up online, Channel 11, WTTW. He does the history of Chicago and some of the suburbs and stuff. Really good stuff. Fascinating. Excellent stuff. History is so cool. Yeah. Okay, I'm in near West Side. Historically used to be called Little Italy, and there was something else probably before then. You know, neighborhoods change. They really do. All neighborhoods change. Whether they gentrified or whatever. Somebody moving out. Like, how that old song go? People moving out, people moving in, that kind of stuff. Okay. So the projects used to be over here, and they tore those down. I forgot what they call it. And they put up some other units that were really nice, like these units over here. And they kept these units over here. But they didn't. And I forgot which ones are low income and which one is mixed use and all that kind of. And this is the fire station. Let me drive around. I think this is the fire station where they show. See, I don't watch Chicago Fire, the TV show, or Chicago PD, because I don't watch television. See, as a kid, I would watch, Mannix and Mission Impossible and all that kind of stuff, and Cannon and what's that, Barney B. Jones or something? What's that with Buddy Epson? I used to see them shows years ago when I was a kid. That's why I didn't go to college and goof around, because I would go to college and be somebody, because I watched too much television in the 1970s. Didn't do my homework, and here we is, 45 years later. So I think they do a lot of, because I've been over here, and they were shooting, they have the trucks out here and everything, where they shoot it's a real fire station now, where they shoot Chicago Fire TV show. And I'm not going over there because I'm too lazy. I really should do it, but I'm just lazy. To show you where, it's on, okay, yeah, I'm real lazy. But it's on Racine. No, it's really on Morgan. Now, let me show you this place before I make the turn. This is a really cool old building, which I'm glad. See, there's a lot of cool old buildings in your city, Chicago, other cities. They should never, ever tear down. And I think I showed you this before. This was the old, I think they used to call it Southwater Market or something like that. Southwater Market. I came here years ago making deliveries in the 1980s. And this is where you get all the produce and stuff. This was like a market. All the produce and all that kind of stuff. It was just a fascinating place. And of course everything changed. I don't know where to get the produce at now. But it was fascinating. They used to come in and make deliveries. And these great buildings, so they repurposed them, as you see. Yeah, so it's fascinating. Chicago's really great. Like I said, only parts of Chicago that's really bad, crime-ridden, is where I live. Where African Americans live, where we live, because we are crazy people, because we're descendants of the slaves. Not all of us are crazy, but most of us are, including yours truly. But this is a great building. I'm glad they repurposed the buildings, and they really slick condos, apartments, what we're going to call them. Really nice. It's amazing. So the old Jewtown used to be over here on Halsted when I was a kid. In the 70s, of course, I came through in the 80s too. Jewtown. Yeah, the nice way of saying Jewtown was the Maxwell Street Market. That's the actual real name, Maxwell Street Market. I can show you, man, but we call it Jewtown, not in a negative. It wasn't a pejorative term for us. Jew was just Jewtown. Wouldn't use Jew as a pejorative. It was just, Jewtown. I didn't know what a Jew was when I was a kid. Just call it Jewtown. Now, I can't show it to you because it's kind of buried back there, which is Curtis Granderson baseball field. Curtis Granderson, if I remember, he attended UIC, University of Illinois at Chicago. So he attended UIC, and he built a really cool baseball. I think, it's right here. There it is. I'll show it to you. Let me clear it up. I have never been inside the Curtis Granderson Stadium, but I think he put up a ton of money because he made good money playing baseball. He had a great career. I think he's with the Mets, playing the World Series last year. So Curtis Granderson appreciates his time, and I think he's from South Holland, way out in the south suburbs. When I was a kid, South Holland was all white. Then, of course, we African Americans moved to the south suburbs, and I think South Holland is probably almost 90% black or something like that, maybe 100% black. And this building over here, they do the Chicago PD show out of here, and that's what I'm told. I've seen some of Chicago PD, Chicago Fire. They do good shows, but it's not. I don't watch a lot of television. But if you watch the old, what was it, Hill Street Blues? The Hill Street Blues actually shot in Los Angeles, but it was based in Chicago. That was shot in L.A. And you see the opening. Go on the internet. You see the opening of Hill Street Blues. This building was in this, which was an NBC show, Hill Street Blues. And they used this building, I'm sorry, for having and talking. They used that police station for Chicago PD, another NBC show, so which is really, really cool. Oh, that's a little history. That's the, well, bad video, but there you go. Do what I can. That's the building they have for Chicago PD and, of course, Hill Street Blues. At least the exteriors of Hill Street Blues. But they actually shoot inside that building for Chicago PD, which is really cool. You know, I started talking about, you know, how people become rich and famous, and I've met a lot of rich and famous people because, you know, I'm a limo driver. That's what I do for a living. And so I meet a lot of rich and famous people, billionaires, millionaires, and just regular people, you know. But the point is that a lot of folks they work hard, but the key is preparation. Preparation, preparation, preparation. I always used to tell young people that you're going to get your opportunity, because I had plenty of opportunities to become rich and famous. Because I wanted to be rich and famous, but I didn't want to do the hard work to becoming rich and famous. You can get anything you want. I mean, I know America has changed and they have income inequality and blah, blah, blah. That's all true. And America's in decline, and Chicago, parts of Chicago in decline, and I'm not going to argue that. Just because Chicago or parts of America in decline don't mean your life has to be in decline. And so I haven't become rich and famous yet because I'm lazy. And there's probably a lot of people who complain that I ain't this and I ain't that, and these people hold me back, which could be true. There are people probably holding you back. But the point is that you got to prepare yourself. You got to have a pleasing attitude, a pleasing personality. Work hard, because luck, serendipity, synchronicity, your big opportunity, it is going to happen. I've had plenty of them, but I just wasn't prepared, or I was just too scared to take advantage of the opportunities when they were presented to me. And here we is. Okay, the show is over. The show is over. Like I said, I didn't want to even do a show. I came out of the house unshaven and unclean. I didn't even bathe. I think I didn't even brush my teeth. I just put some mouthwash in my mouth. I'm so nasty. I'm like a bum. But it felt good being a bum. I'm out here on the west side somewhere, and this really cool baseball field I've never seen before. It's really nice. All right, you know, St. Ignatius College Prep is over here, and the UIC is over here. Well, forget about all that. I hope you enjoyed the show. The show is over. The show is over. Please come to Chicago. Please, if you're watching this in another city, visit Chicago. There's 72 neighborhoods. I don't know them all. Visit Chicago. See, my son's showing. So that tall building over there, the UIC building, right? That's a college over there. Really nice neighborhood in near West Side. And come visit Chicago. Please come visit us this year. Chicago, it's a great place. It really is.